used to glide. Flicker bright deep in the night, you glow a pure delight. In the twilight sky so wide, like fireflies we used to glide. Together we came alive, burning hearts so young and wild. Oh, we were catching fireflies, like our dreams they used to fly. Like your sweet scent in the air, all our worries would disappear. Hand in hand we ran so free, me and you unboundedly. Whisper wishes to the night, captured moments in my mind. Oh, we were catching fireflies, like our dreams they used to fly. Like your sweet scent in the air, all our worries would disappear. We were catching fireflies, like our dreams they used to fly. Moments I will cherish in my heart. Oh, you are my guiding star. Little lights guided our way through the night till break of day. Dreams of flight we didn't hide, fireflies light up the sky. Oh, we were catching fireflies, like our dreams they used to fly. Like your sweet scent in the air, all our worries would disappear. We were catching fireflies, like our dreams they used to fly. Moments I will cherish in my heart. Oh, you are my guiding star. Sky so wide, like fireflies we used to glide. Flicker bright deep in the night, you glow a pure delight. In the twilight sky so wide, like fireflies we used to glide. Together we came alive, burning hearts so young and wild. Oh, we were catching fireflies, like our dreams they used to fly. Like your sweet scent in the air, all our worries would disappear. Hand in hand we ran so free, me and you unboundedly. Whisper wishes to the night, captured moments in my mind. Oh, we were catching fireflies, like our dreams they used to fly. Like your sweet scent in the air, all our worries would disappear. We were catching fireflies, like our dreams they used to fly. Moments I will cherish in my heart. Oh, you are my guiding star. Little lights guided our way through the night till break of day. Dreams of flight we didn't hide, fireflies light up the sky. Oh, we were catching fireflies, like our dreams they used to fly. Like your sweet scent in the air, all our worries would disappear. We were catching fireflies, like our dreams they used to fly. Moments I will cherish in my heart. Oh, you are my guiding star. fireflies we used to glide. Flicker bright deep in the night, you glow a pure delight. In the twilight sky so wide, like fireflies we used to glide. Together we came alive, burning hearts so young and wild. Oh, we were catching fireflies, like our dreams they used to fly. Like your sweet scent in the air, all our worries would disappear. Hand in hand we ran so free, me and you unboundedly. Whisper wishes to the night, captured moments in my mind. Oh, we were catching fireflies, like our dreams they used to fly. Like your sweet scent in the air, all our worries would disappear. We were catching fireflies, like our dreams they used to fly. Moments I will cherish in my heart. Oh, you are my guiding star. Little lights guided our way through the night till break of day. Dreams to flight we didn't hide, fireflies light up the sky. Oh, we were catching fireflies, like our dreams they used to fly. Like your sweet scent in the air, all our worries would disappear. We were catching fireflies, like our dreams they used to fly. Moments I will cherish in my heart. Oh, you are my guiding star.
There we are. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Oh, we're not working it. We're saying hello. Yes, that's better. See, I can see you all now. Not just because I've got my glasses on either. Yes, how is everybody today? Yes, hello, Sloth. Hello, Reggie. I hope you're all having a fine weekend. Oh, did we like that one, did we? I see we're off to a giggly start today. Fair enough. Oh, yeah, so I'm just getting everything kind of where I can work with it. Where can I go? Where can I put this? Put it over here? Yeah, that probably works. Doing good with a day off work. Oh, that does sound good, Sloth. You're tired, Reggie. I feel that. Yes, I actually had a reasonable sleep, you know, but I still woke up early. I felt really gross and bloated all day. But doing alright, though. Why the hell has that opened up in such a skinny window? Is that really what we were working with?
That's my secret ingredient.
Breaking news, a local blue fox is tired. Yeah, not exactly breaking news though, is it? That's just, you know, normal. Hey, it was lots of good fun on the Mario Kart. Playing Mario Kart with Saru and the friendos though just now. We enjoyed that. I hope those of you who made it along to come and watch as well enjoyed. I didn't stream myself because the setup, I could barely rewire my living room enough to do as much as I did, to be honest. But it was good fun. I do enjoy a good game of Mario Kart now and again, has to be said. Albert, we have work to do today now. Well, I have work to do today. Gotta work on our Skyrim. So hopefully you guys are in for a chill kind of work along. But of course, you know, as always, if there are particular points of interest, either based on what I'm doing through my patching, or even if there's just something from your own game or similar that comes to mind and you want us to focus on and take a look at, then do shout. This is all about well, it's all about you guys at the end of the day, and what you want. So I know we started doing this because quite a lot of people had lots of questions about the modding. Hello, madam.
Let's begin.
You didn't want to come and play with Mario Kart now? Well, we'll take the cuddles now, surely. Yes, cuddles and coffee. And chat. Perfect combination of the 3 C's, look. Make your mind up where you want to sit. There you go, that's better. Feel better? Okay, well I've lost one of my hands now, apparently. It's been commandeered. Yes, I'm talking about you. Still molting everywhere, aren't you? And now it's time to run away again. Okay, well at least I'll get my hand back. Yeah, it was quite funny while I was playing Mario Kart, because the way I had to wire it up was to, like, replace my usual input that we're using now onto the streaming laptop so that I could, like, marry everything together, you know? And so I was playing through OBS again. And so, the thing is, it meant that I was getting those little merch pop-ups on the side of my screen while I was racing the whole time. It does remind me that I still haven't bought my pants either. I will get round to it eventually. I will remember. I swear I will. Gotta have a matching set, right? They're both on the move now. All this excitement. Too much for some little kitties, it would seem. But yeah, so we'll see how we get on today with our to-do list. You can see over on the side there. As usual, there is a lot on there that are the bigger jobs that we probably won't attack today. So we'll see how we get on with the smaller ones. And depending how we're doing for time after that, maybe we'll start looking at other things. We'll see what else we find along the way, because there are always things that get spotted when I start poking around in here. But that'll say anything. Oh yeah, we can look at that while we're at it, and oh yeah, that needs fixing, and you know, sometimes one little note that we've made, like what really jumps to mind is the brown face bugs, because I know kind of the root cause of all of them, and not that there's many, but it's just a selection of NPCs. It's to do with where I've altered the Nolbus list, added new things in, and the patches that Nolbus uses to carry the changes over from the actual NPC overhauls no longer carry the right things. So Yeah, it's basically just a bit of extra cross-patching needed to fully integrate stuff. But as always, I can start with the easy ones though, just the things I've found to remove from the game. And hell if I had the number pad enabled. Am I getting nuzzles? Yay! Thank you, Slaw. We like the nuzzles. Feel like the day can actually start for real now, you know? Right, so that's one. I don't think I've added anything to the game lately, so I'm hoping this time around a lot of our ESL references will actually, you know, be there and not under new numbers. Hello. What's that look for? Come on then.
Stop right there, criminal scum! Nobody breaks the law on my
What?
watch!
No criminal scums here. Oh. It's no crime to do maintenance on your game.
Are you excited?
Oh, the red bits are the criminals, is that it? Do you know, I think on my previous build, I actually started to obsessively, get rid of all the red stuff, even if it was ended up being to a detriment. It just became a matter of principle. It was funny, because, like, most of these are red. Like, certainly in these, where it's the exterior cells. Because a few different mods don't use this water height setting from the vanilla game. They have it set to default. It's actually just a cleaner way of doing it, but the problem comes in right at the end. Because our occlusion mod turns all of them back to that one. So it means that basically every cell ends up showing red, even though there's actually nothing wrong. It does make it harder to spot any that do have problems. Because yeah, even though it's all good, but the problem is I think I can just drag it to the default over in these ones. Sometimes there are certain things, yeah, that does it, where the vanilla entry will be one thing, a bunch of mods will change it to something else, but the mod I actually want active
yes.
will change it to something else again. So you end up having to change all of the mods that are already being altered, or bypassed rather. Even though there's nothing impacted in-game, and the correct mod is winning and all is fine, but just to clear the red, you might have to go and edit like 20 other mods. That's a fun game. One that I recommend for doing in the background while you're doing other things. Right, well, that's all that removal pieces done. Yeah, wasn't so bad. Not much on the list for today, even though it has been a while. Can we use a fatter brush, please? Make it a bit more visible, because I need... No, not 105. 10, is that better? Yeah, because I still need to make sense of this and update the actual list on my phone afterwards as well. And when I did the last one, I'd scribbled over it so much with a red paintbrush here while doing this. Half of it I can actually tell what I've done. Yeah, so what's everyone else up to today anyway? Have you guys been doing anything fun? Anyone does all their 4th of July stuff, is that literally just on the day, or the celebrations kind of carry on over the weekend for that as well? I remember this was that shield in the Fort Dawnguard. Okay, yes, now I need to see about these rogue map markers for Jorvaska. It turns out there's a few of them now. So if I remember right, we search by the base record of 10, because that's a map marker. And then if we do name, is it 1 or 2 R's? I feel like it's 2. Oh, that next one on the list has been bugging me for ages as well. It's the icon tags. So you know when we're in game, our inventory, we've got all the custom icons. Well, it's all done through what should be very simple text files, but partially down to the fact that it's all layered up in mod organizer and segregated, figuring out what actually needs to be edited and where in order to affect changes, because some stuff is like manually listed to force an override. Some stuff is done by rules. And I feel like every attempt I make so far tends to like get overwritten by stuff in the rules. And yeah, it's actually quite problematic to update a lot of those so far. Some of them have worked. Yeah, so there's lots of files, unfortunately, and yeah, they're kind of all over the place. Well, this is definitely a far cry from where we finished off last night in Fallout, isn't it? With the adventure at Dr. Nick's getting all exploded all over every 2 minutes while we tried to puzzle our way out of the room. That was fun, and even though I know we can't actually progress it much further, because basically once we get through the kind of initial puzzling bit, there's a part that requires dialogue with one of the NPCs, and Well, when the quest is bugged and won't start properly, as we have, as I always seem to have, I literally can't force it beyond that point. But he does go on to actually unlock a neat little player home, like a pre-made apartment, you know, kind of like on par, very much on par actually with the stuff Eleonora used to do a lot of. Hello, funny lad. See, it's early today. Let me get, is it a day off for you, is it? Okay, that's not how it's spelled. Damn it! Wait a second, I've still got that selected as well. Oh. No, I don't want to save, I'll do that when I'm ready. X-edit. Was that a small roast? No, yeah, it was a genuine thing. I wouldn't, because, you know, I'd only, if anything, see you dropping by after stream, you know, so that's why I figured, like, is it a day off? No roasting. I don't do roasting, or gaslighting, or sussy things, or stale cookies, or anything else I get accused of. I'm glad I've been promoted to favourite British fox. Now I've got to work to now I've got to try and get favourite fox overall. Oh, you just saw that I'm here, so you snuck in. Well, I'm always here. Well, within my usual times, to a point. We were late starting today, in fairness, so we've not long been going. Had a bit of fun playing Mario Kart with Saru on his stream earlier for, as part of his celebrating his 4 years as a streamer. Can you believe that? I'm okaying your books. Yeah, I don't want to be okay though. I want to be the best. I feel like there's a ranking system in your head and I want to be on top. But I've actually got more work to do tomorrow for a change now because our transfer of all the book readings onto their new channel is finally completed, so I actually need to record some new readings again now. Wait, there's a whole patch for that adds one, seriously? As well as Atlas, as well as This Is Jorvaska? Oh my days. Okay, so that one adds Tamriel and Whiterun. That one adds just Whiterun. Well, so does that. I feel like... Okay, well, let's remove yours. Let's have just the Atlas ones and we'll remove the Comap mod completely. It's a brave thing trying to suggest people here don't take things out of context, because that's a speciality of cubs of this den. you have some brilliant streaming related news. Oh. Well, do share, assuming it is share suitable news, of course. Right, so Coma Jaw Basket. I can't believe we had a whole mod installed just for this map marker. So this is why I like to blend my mods, because some of them are just so pointless and quite literally superfluous in this case. Like, no, so where is it? Oh, is it, right, I bet it's a subfile. Yeah, something you do have to be mindful of with Mod Organizer. When you've got a mod like Coma that has a lot of like patch files with it, you're trying to find stuff in your organizer list, it won't list them individually. It will on this side, the actual load order, but for adding and removing, yep, there it is, that. Found to move. Why? Oh, because it's open. Yeah, never mind. Okay, well, I'll leave that there. Oh, you hit your 250 follower goal? Oh, congrats. Oh, we love that. Yeah, that is a very satisfying milestone to reach. I know. It was not that long ago that we hit it ourselves. Okay, so the icon tags, I'm not going to attack those just yet. Perhaps, oh, we got swapping the Ultima loot in the Forgotten Vale with Snow Elf loot. That could be an interesting one to do. The question is, how can we well, I need to find the stuff to replace it with first, don't I? Let's try. Research for focus on armor. I think just armor and weapons pretty much covers it. Like all the random bits and pieces, you know, that's kind of all over the place anyway. Oh, and I'd love to catch them someday. Well, I tend to get less and less time to even just kick back and watch streams on Twitch these days now. Yeah, I'm not even sure it's all called Snow Elf like equipment, but oh, that's promising. So what have we got? A circlet. There's the armor set. I know there's a collection of weapons as well, though. I mean, knowing the schedule doesn't really have any impact on me having free time. I'll get free time to go and watch when I get free time to go and watch, you know? But don't forget, we've always got the self-promo channel that you're always welcome to use in the Discord as well, to let folks know what you're up to and when. And so what?
可愛いの。
What are all the weapons and things called then?
うるさい。バカ。なんで？
Maybe we have to. Maybe we circle back to that one.
仲良し。聞いてた
Cool. Might have to jump in game and get some reference for the
仲良し。
stuff that we want to replace them with. Because if it's not called snow elf equipment, I don't know. Maybe it's all just you. I didn't think it was all unique name stuff though. But well, maybe it is. If so, we might have to abandon the plan altogether and let's do more moving and shuffling of things. That's an easy one. You know, there's nothing automatic in there. It's just people can post like their go live announcements in there if they want, or their schedule. I think Host prefers to do his schedule. I mean, it's just there generally for people to self-promote in whatever way suits, you know. But yeah, there's no automation or anything in there though. Right, so we have one in Legacy. We have another one in Skyrim Underground. And then extras to go with it in Glenmoral, so we don't need to worry about those. But this one is the culprit then. We want to replace you with that one. Yeah, what can I use? I think it's just a general multi-patch one. Yeah, the multi-patch, that's like my own, just homemade kind of bashed patch kind of thing. Oh, why you been like this, X-Edit? You're making food? You sure it wasn't booze? Can you get well enough, thank you, funny lad? I think we had quite a fun stream last night, didn't we? Mixing things up. Oh. Fine, we'll refund you. Boss the spirit dar food. Yes, Ringbot, well said. Are you trying to do Skyrim Dragon Speak? Because it doesn't really work like that, but good effort, like. Right, now let's get rid of that superfluous Jorvaska one. That's better. Oh, turkey wraps. Very nice. Winbots and learning, you'd like to think, wouldn't you? I always forget this program's normally such a simple one to run, but with this load order it does take a minute. But well, even once it gets there, I've still got to load everything into it again. So while that goes, make sure that you guys play a little bit of fishing. So we'll do that, and we'll be back in a few. Almost been an hour anyway, so we're not far from the ads, I think. Yep, see you in a minute, guys. Right, welcome back, guys. So, yeah, funny story. I realised why the, editor was taking so long to boot up. Because I didn't click the button for the editor, I clicked the button for the game. So, yeah, here we are. Yes, thank you, guys. Welcome back, all of you as well. So yeah, I figured since it's launched, I may as well go and have a check of these, what these snow elf weapons are actually called, since we were going to do that anyway. All absolutely, totally, most definitely the plan the whole time, obviously. What did we even pause on last time when we finished? Can you guys remember? Oh, that's right, when the game was being an ass, wasn't it? Right, so we just need to go to a museum because I know that's where they are. Oh, and if they are only named uniques, it could be an option that we just create, like basic, unenchanted versions of them that could be scattered around. But then I don't know if that's really fruitful or not. You know, it's one thing to just patch in stuff that we've already got there, but I don't know if it's worth, actually, creating new items just for the sake of scattering, you know? Although it would ultimately be more immersive, I think. Oh dear, you're tired, are you, Reggie? Is that because it's been a long day? Or because the day's just starting and you're still waking up? Right, now I just need to remember where it all is. I think I think it's in here. Yeah, it should be in this one. So yeah, funny that, are you doing anything special to celebrate hitting your milestone at all? Aha, there we go. Right, so, Frost Warden, unique staffs, shield, bow. Okay, I guess they are all unique named items then? Huh. I guess we could just leave it all alone for now then. Yep, oh well. Now we know. So we'll scrub that one off the list then, we won't do that. Okay, let's actually press the right button this time. Do you occasionally get a bit of insomnia, do you? And so you don't like it messing you up, so you always try and get up at the same time every day? Wow, total 9 hours over the last few days, wow. You sound as bad as me, Reggie. Only difference is I don't care what time I wake up. I sleep when I sleep, and I wake up whenever I do. It makes things interesting, I'll say that. And hello there, Pirate. Yes, being Professor Fox today. Wasn't that the main character in that like knockoff Tomb Raider TV show? Was it the Relic Hunter? Wasn't her name Fox? Yeah, she was like halfway between Tomb Raider and Indiana Jones, I think. And even though, you know, it's not exactly a legendary show, I still kind of enjoyed it, you know. It was good for a bit of casual watching, you know, something in the background kind of thing. For me, at least, anyway. Okay, let's try this again now. That's better. And we swap you for that one. Oh, wait, no. Oh, idiot. I'm copying the weapon, I'm copying the reference to it, aren't I? Oh, you'd forgotten Relic Hunter even existed. Do you know, I think it only came to mind because I was idly browsing on my Prime video the other day, and I think it came up there. Along with a bunch of Stargate stuff. Seems like they're really pushing that, but annoyingly, it's all the spin-off shows and the crappy movies. It's like, will you just let us watch SG-1 already? You're pushing the rest of it. That's right, it's the container that we want, which I've already copied over, apparently. There we go, that's better. And then the stuff from Glenmoral. See, with that mixed up in there, I don't suppose this is used on a randomized list, is it? Oh, wait, maybe. that can be the shuttle, the sword, or the blade. Oh, so it's only missing the great blade then, isn't it? Okay. Right, well then, even better idea. If I add an entry to there. Let me just type it in for ease. Actually, can I? Oh, no, get off. Ah, come back. Oops. Okay, let me copy that. And, which one was it again? No, it wasn't that one. I suppose you can keep your great blade, but I still need to edit this one. Damn it, I should have copied it first. I forgot which one I used now. No? Definitely not that one. Was it this one? Okay, that must have been a poor choice then. Hold on. These are different. There we go. So if we just add our hammer to this list. Oh, so I can't. I need to copy it first. Silly fox. There we go, that's better. So now if we take this list, and then go to the use for the one from Underground that we've edited. There, so now instead of specifically giving us the bell hammer as random loot from Underground, we'll get a random 6th house weapon. Plus possibly the same hammer, but from Legacy, but possibly one of the other alternate ones from Glenmoral as well. Yes, we like that. Okay, Margot's me the next. Let's fix you. Yeah, because this one always shows up as a potion, even though it's a beverage, because all beverages and potions kind of all come in the same game category in terms of how the engine references them, and it's actually just the keywords that segregate them. Oh, maybe I should have told it just to look at alchemical stuff. Ah. Oh well, I'm sure it'll get there. Yes, I do hope you manage to get some good EPs soon, Reggie. There. Well, you guys know all too well that I suffer like that as well, so I believe me when I say I know how much it sucks. But, you know, we're here with the chill vibes now. And I know people find it very easy to fall asleep listening to me. So maybe you can find your way to... Maybe we can help you along your way. Yeah, that's right. I was saying before, we're going to be on to brand spanking new book readings next week. We'll actually get round to recording them tomorrow, of course. It's been a while. If only you're at work. Oh dear. Well, in which case, if I do end up putting you to sleep, it's not my fault, okay? Yeah, I'm looking forward to having some new material again. What a book, sorry, Sora, here? I couldn't decide what to call you then, so you got all of it. Yeah, no, it's for my my book readings channel. I do audio readings of like in-game lore books out of Skyrim and other games. So a while ago, we transferred all of it to its own channel, which started off very strongly, but the algorithm, even though it's had months of consistent, identical, configured videos going out, it, yeah, as usual, the algorithm's got itself tied in knots, and now they perform worse than ever, but there you go. And but yes, yeah, but we've been transferring the videos from the main channel to that one for a while now, re-releasing them all in a steady drip feed, but now that is all complete, so, yeah, I'm back to doing new recordings now, and we have got, quite a few requests in for things to read as well, which is always exciting. But yeah, I don't know, I'm not sure what book or books we're gonna start with this week, and need to see actually what has been requested so far for us to cover newly. So we got the Argonian Count, Nightfall's Unsentinel, the Song of Pellinor, Racial Phalangery, or however the hell you say that word, Warp in the West, Dancing Fire, Geob's Opus, anything related to the Galder legend that I can find. Also the Red Eagle legend as well. Also a general topic I've been asked to cover is more on the Aedra and Daedra. So we might do a little focus series on that one, and also on the Great War as well. So yeah, so we might start with the specific titles that have been requested. Maybe because the others are going to involve research. But well, there's our Muggo's Maid. See, no, it's got vendor item food. And the Sunhelm keywords as well. So what are you missing to make you, okay, what we'll do, we copy those to a temporary file just so we can if needs be compare others to them. We start with a vanilla one. Yeah, so now we can compare them side by side. Ah, there it is. It's the flag for a food item, I think. If we copy those flags over to our Muggo's mead, both of them, in fact. And then we just carry those back to... Might as well just do the last patch from Sunhell. Oh, actually, it doesn't hurt. Mix them at the source as well. Here we go, job done. Another one off the list. We put in a request for the Art of Wall Magic. Have we done that one already? I'm not sure. I'll certainly add it to the list, William. Always happy to look at any requests for readings. Oh, you're on with a hypnotizing tale as well. Oh, you do as well, William, yeah? Yeah, you're not the first person to suggest that my tale is hypnotic. Now, apparently we wanted to make this next piece wearable. What is that? Brown roads? Oh, I remember. Yeah. They were the, they were used by the, those random wizards, but there's actually a unique look to them, apparently. Oh, if it's just... Is it just a retexture? Yes, it is. Yeah, it's the Brumite ones. So it's got their own unique model. See, they look to be configured properly, so I'm not sure why they show up as not usable in-game. Always like everything suggests that, you know, they are configured. No, I'm honestly not sure about that one, and it's far too insignificant to bother with, so we'll just pretend that that one's not on the list. It's another simple wonder. If I remember right, that was a Imperial Mail account sign outside one of the houses in Morthal. But because we also use the Cities of the North building replacer, it ends up not quite sitting properly. Okay, so, let's see. Look, Curator's Companions, I think these are all... Well, those are bigger jobs. That one is not. Let's have a look at that. Yes, now it makes sense. So that means we're removing Lux from the cell on that one, okay? Oh, that's right, and then this was the word wall that I couldn't get to trigger. Oh, I was just looking at that cell as well. So somewhere in here is a word wall. Are they actually called word walls? That would be really nice. Of course not. Unless it's persistent. Could they? Thanks, gang. So do this the hard way, it seems. There's always so many effects items. You never appreciate how much is actually placed there until you look at it all like this. Is it in a different cell? Oh yes, the dim hollow crypt. It might not be in the crypt itself. Oh boy. There is a low door. Where does that go? Has to back outside. We don't. So that's no good. Maybe it's in that one? Yeah, I very rarely look. In fact, I think I've ever looked at the word walls, to be honest, so I'm not even sure what they're called. And it doesn't help that my only reference I've noted is that it's in this particular dungeon. Oh wait, word wall. Whispered glow. Okay. Reference by trigger. Well, nothing's interfering with it, so maybe it was just a isolated thing on the day and it's not actually got a problem with it, so we'll leave that one for now. Okay, so moving up the list then, or down the list, rather. I have a mixed up texture. It's an odd one. Oh yes, that's right. Oh no, yeah, this is the like general common wardrobe. For some reason I've got two different textures appearing on them. But nothing's actually altering it in game, or even, you know, in the engine. So it's gonna be a pain. We're gonna have to reference that one in game, I think. See if we can see which mod actually touches the base model. Oh, I got another patch to remove. If that's not there, is it part of this one? No. Hold on. There it is. So that's the one we need to remove, is that Crimson Blood patch one, because that was just silly. And quite broken, well, in a way. Right, so we'll consider that done. I can't actually untick it while it's open in the editor. That's fine, we'll keep it there. Now we've got another shuffle. Okay, now what have we got? Some more. See, I told you it was a very short list today, look. Most of this is big job references. Some of it we might come back to later. And they're on some more movement stuff down the bottom here, and I think that's kind of it. I do find that I tend, when I'm doing these sessions, you know, not just when we're doing it for stream, but just generally, I always start with the easy wins on the job list before getting my teeth into anything kind of more substantial, you know. Right, that's one less lantern to worry about on the next playthrough. Oh, I still needed to try and resolve the body slot usage for the nails as well. HN66.
はい、じゃあまず自己紹介からしていきたいと思いますよ。
Yes, that's right. It was these. So let's check. Oh yeah, I thought or did I actually no? Did we potentially resolve them?
あれ
I feel like we possibly resolved these, but they still need a verification test. So I remember going back to them and editing more stuff in the model files. So that might be done. Yeah, knocking the easy stuff off is a good strategy, we think. Yeah. Helps build momentum, you're right. Also helps reduce the list of things to do down to something more legible a lot of the times.
Hey man. There you are, sunshine.
Okay, well, whatever that was, it's been moved now, so
I did
not gonna do that.
I don't know it very well though, so I'm a little
All that one apparently. Great. Hey now, why did this NPC have a brown face bug when he's not being touched by anything else? That's an odd one. Unless have we got maybe the file has been patched but we haven't got the data through if there was a mass processing or something. Let's have a look.
I love you. Do you love me? Let's hug. Uchi, お前は狐の子だぞ。狐の子らしいですよ、皆様。ばあちゃんキースね。We'll stick together, right?
Okay, it is that mod, not the rings one. Okay, so if I go, where do I want to go? Chat, where do I want to go? I think there's my games folder because we need to unpack this archive and have a look. Well, if it is packed up, I mean, it should be. And this is just missing? The possibility, I suppose. There's literally one Faestren in the mod. Is he the only NPC? No. Oh, I wonder, has he been renumbered?
We'll stick together, right?
Yeah, I think he has, because that... I don't know if you can see that, but that says his number is 4E3F, but that's not the number here, so I think that's what's going on here. Let's extract that. We'll have to do the texture as well. Right, where's that other folder gone? Apparently that's what he's supposed to look like. Yeah, so what could have happened here is if this was originally a full ESP data file, and if I've recompressed it as a ESL, that would have changed references, but obviously external files like the Faestren data don't get updated. Oh, you got a new mouse pad. Very nice, Sloth. Do I need the air? I think we should.
That's my secret ingredient. 頑張るから見ててね。
Okay, so now if we copy that as, yeah, if they go in there as loose files, that will overwrite whatever is in the archives then, so that should take care of him. Yeah, so Dawnguard Arsenal is added in after the NPC overhauls, so that's what's gone on here, and not just with this one either, I think. So that's, some of them have been corrected already by the looks of it. Well, they just happen to have been picked up by a later one at least. I'm not sure what does that. I assume the Dawnguard Arsenal adds inventory items. And yeah, that is carried over, so that one's done. That one clearly isn't, so Alright, are they all in the same Yeah, okay, so in that case... if we copy... Oh, your desk, Matt, sorry, yes. Oh, well, I'm glad it's looking good. It was called CS Visions, wasn't it? No? Yeah, CS. Oh, CS underscore Visions. Ah. Right. That one's already there. You are not. Right, so now we can carry the changes through and actually patch these NPCs properly now. And see, this is what I was saying earlier, you know, we note 1 for the brown-faced bug, but with the setup as we have it, yeah, looking at that one actually highlights a bunch of others. And this is the stuff I was saying about like before, see? So, obviously here we've got the vanilla and the patch. Yeah, the unofficial patch. But the problem is, first we have Modpocalypse overhauling the NPC. Then we have Bijin overhauling them, but for this particular NPC, we're favouring CS Visions. So even though the correct stuff is winning, we still end up with stuff showing in red because things are being overwritten. Yeah, do I need to move this over a bit so you can see what we're actually doing? And no, go away, I don't want that. Yeah. Now, particularly with these ones, it's always important, whichever one you're favouring in the patching. In this one, in this case, it's the Pandorable instance, because that was the lowest in the load order before we added the Dawnguard Arsenal. That's the one that has the winning files, the mesh and texture, like the ones we edited for the other NPC just now. So it's very important to make sure we carry all relevant info from that one, including especially all the tint layers and things, otherwise it can still look wrong. So what I tend to do for these is fully match every category to the previous entry and making sure just to carry over the changes that we want here.
Are you excited?
Yeah, sometimes even if it looks like everything might be paralleled, just as a matter of course, I like to grab the whole category. You can, because you can do that, you can literally drag a whole category at once without having to go through line by line, as I eventually learned. It would be nicer if this process definitively cleaned them all up to get rid of all the red, but yes, the only way to do that is the stuff we were saying about earlier of going back and changing it on all the previous mods that touch the NPC just to make them match. And that's a lot of work just for the sake of making things clean on the odd occasion we see the NPC in the editor, so yeah, I've done it once, I don't need to keep doing it. Right. That takes care of another one for us. This is all fairly straightforward stuff, really. I swear though, the hard part with this all the time, it always comes down to the same thing, is actually just getting familiar with this interface and understanding what you're doing with it most of the time. Once you do, everything tends to be a lot more comfortable. And I got the same thing again, but with the Good Brother mod, altering a few vanilla ones. Quite a few, by all accounts. Okay, we've got quite a bit to address in that one, so I think we'll have another little break so I can get a fresh drink before ploughing through that lot. So I hope we're enjoying and chilling still. Let's yeah, enjoy some fishing for a minute, guys, and I'll be back in a few. Right, welcome back, guys. Okay, yes, we got a few NPCs potentially with the same problem now from positioning of Good Brother, and it technically could be a case of, you know, some might say, well, just move Good Brother higher up in the load order, but it still needs patching, because then yes, the NPC would look right, but whatever Good Brother, which is a quest mod, is actually doing to the NPCs would get overwritten again. So also the load order is being built with those specific things in mind, so chances are it is where it is for a reason, probably for other dependencies and things. So I may as well carry on using CS Visions, since that's in a good position and it's been used for patching NPCs already. Yeah, see, all we actually need from Good Brother on a lot of these is the item that's added. So by just copying the entry from Modpocalypse up here, rather than copying it over here, we copy the right column here, and it makes the job nice and simple. It might be a bit, we'll still have to check more details on the named NPCs, but for these are just like nameless bandits, basically. And it's clear, I've already looked, and we can see that it just adds the Thalmor orders to them all, so that's literally the only thing we need. So even though we know there's reds on some of them, not this one, that's literally just where it does a bit of random change of skin tone or something, but we don't want that winning anyway. We want Modpocalypse winning. You have to be careful going through big lists of things like this though, because it can be very easy to get into a bit of muscle memory. But the problem is, particularly when this menu pops up for the file you're copying to, sometimes it can just get kind of juggled around a bit, and if you're not careful, you'll actually end up copying it and start using a different file. I've fallen into that trap a few times. Still haven't learned though. Yeah, you could say that this stuff that we're doing right now is actually, this is more actually proper patching of different mods, because we have an NPC overhaul and we have a quest expansion mod, both interacting or both touching the records of a number of vanilla NPCs, as you would expect from both elements. But if these two mods have been officially patched, it's not a patch I found when installing them, so... And that's most likely because I bet that if there is a patch, it is held with Modpocalypse, and that was installed earlier as part of Nolvis itself. Whereas I think Good Brother, I added in much more recently. So yeah, these guys have just got extra bits added from the unofficial patch, so we can just drag that over. So, obviously Good Brother isn't one of those mods that carries sleep changes inherently. You do find a lot of mods do actually do that, you know, just to avoid complications, or not really complications, but just being responsible for undoing the good work of the unofficial patch, you know, so they will actually carry changes through from it. But not all, and it's certainly not an obligation by any means. But you might argue that it is a good practice thing, considering that pretty much most of what it does is general good improvement, so even if you're not actively looking to you know, be 100% compatible with it as such, I do think a lot of the stuff it does would just, you know, it would make sense to incorporate anyway, you know? Actually, let me just check. There's nothing else from you, no. Also really love the variety we get in this build. You know, we don't just have a single good NPC overhaul. We're basically doing a mix and match between all of them. Okay, so Ellen Wynn is already done. Nice.
お兄ちゃん大好き。
I feel like some of these we've spotted and picked up independently before, but we didn't actually go through the whole mod.
何見てるの？可愛くって見とれてったの？何見てるの？可愛くって見とれてったの？ 何見てるの？可愛くって見とれてったの？ 何見てるの？可愛くって見とれてったの？
Wait, what did Good Brother even change about here? It looks like everything's just literally selected as vanilla. Oh, I see. Just did a random Tim. We'd been just as well removing that NPC from the mod, thanks. It didn't actually add anything to it. You do get that sometimes.
好きです。
And you can often find, depending on the mod and how it's being built. I don't think that's the case with Good Brother here, but you can find some mods are not particularly refined in how they're put together, so you end up with a lot of dirty edits. And by that I mean, you know, they touch a lot of records, like stuff that they've clicked on and poked around at when they're in the editor, but not actually used in the mod at all. Maybe they selected something or like loaded an NPC up to have a check of their AI package or something to reference it. But the trouble is when you do a lot of stuff like that, you can end up actually carrying the record through into your mod, even though you don't do anything with it. And to be fair, I think the majority of mod authors are pretty conscious of stuff like that, so will actively tidy stuff up. I'd say, I guess it, if anything, it's probably fair to say it's more something you see with less experienced mod authors. See that? Nearly there. Just a few more to go. Yeah, you know, time was when I had a lot more free time on my hands for doing my modding. Anytime I installed a new mod, I basically had a to-do list of all the different things I would go through on that new mod before even launching the game again. You know, things like patching the high poly heads, integrating items, verifying duplicates, cleaning any dirty edits. I literally had a list like this one that we're using over here. Had a list like this. And a bunch of tick boxes, and every time I installed a new mod, I'd go through all the tick boxes and make sure that everything was taken care of. And yes, that is a great and thorough way to be with your modding, but boy, do you need a lot of free time to be able to do that. You've seen the reference about dirty edits? Yeah. Yeah, dirty edits is a common trap because, like I said, you know, especially if you're kind of new to the creation kit, it can be very, you know, natural to want to go and, you know, you need to learn stuff, so you go and look at the things already there, right? So it can be very easy, very natural to load other things up, to have a look at them, figure stuff out, but then when you go and load up your mod, if you look at it in here afterwards, it looks absolutely horrendous because you got edits all over the place, even though they're not actually changing anything, you know. But it still carries a record, and if it is just that mod and the vanilla game, not a problem. But, for example, you know, think about it where we've got, like, Good Brother here, or just now, if it was if we had a careless production of a mod that was in a position like that one was, so we had the vanilla game at the top, then a lovely NPC overhaul, and then it could theoretically be a completely unrelated mod that has nothing to do with it, loading afterwards but with dirty edits, causing problems for things that the mod has nothing to do with. And I've seen that cause confusion for authors before when people have come back to them saying, your mod breaks so-and-so and needs a patch for this, and they dig their heels in and say, well, no, I can't be, my mod has nothing to do with that. But when you look at it, it's like, well, yeah, you got dirty edits touching it, so they're carrying the vanilla records through. So yes, that's why I was especially proud with my Masmas mod that not a single vanilla record was touched, even with all the heavy like interaction and overwriting of stuff for the player character. So I made a very focused effort on that, because I did have to do a lot of investigating for that one. Oh, it's another one from Dawnguard Arsehole, so you are already done. And with that, our brown faces that we found so far are taken care of. I mean, now if I go and check... I know, wow indeed, right? If I go and check, like, Pandorables, you know, almost everything from Pandorable is red. But as we've already seen, a lot of those won't actually matter. I mean, if we wanted to be really thorough, we could go through everything from all of the big NPC overhauls, check every NPC for ones that are being overwritten. That, you know, that's a lot of work, and the majority of them that have been will have been patched as well, so I find it far more sensible, considering that it doesn't exactly cause problems for the game. You know, the worst cases for these instances is you occasionally see an NPC with a brown face bug. Not the end of the world, and sure as hell not gonna game break or cause crashes or anything, so that's why I find it easier to just take a note when we do find one, and then go and look at them as and when, you know? Oh, and hello there, Crotchley, welcome in. So yes, they can be big yikes moments that can be completely unexpected, you know? It happens. I've certainly seen it more than once, you know? But like I said, it's not exactly a common occurrence in the grand scheme of things, because, you know, there are far more mod authors than there are new mod authors, I guess you could say. Oh, and you love Skyrim patching as well, do you? Ah, well, you come to the right place there. Actually, if we do Stalbrin in general as a misc item, we can match it up with the main, with a proper Stalbrin. Yeah, this is the blood Stalbrin added by one of the custom armor mods. That does not register as ingots. You're working on incorporating Elysium Estate into Lorim. Okay, I haven't played much with Lorim. I know of it, but I've never really dug into it at all. Yeah, hopefully Elysium doesn't take too much work to patch in. I didn't have to do a lot for Nolvus here. Just some work on some conflicts with the not the town overhaul per se, but the Nolvus has a mod that adds some things outside of Whiterun, and a few of them are in the same kind of spot. Yeah, I've got a lot of bigger jobs queued up to do with the creation kit, but I'm kind of putting those off for now, because we've been talking about actually going back and making our own mod again. I mean, that's a lot of things with miscellaneous items called Stalrim, and I didn't expect that. So that's the main one. Oh, I had weapons selected as well, that's why. Let me clean that up a sec, make this easier. Yeah, so we got some plans for some actual mods to make, and I've got some real major patches to do. Like, I actually want to take all of the I've got all of the Nolvus added standalone weapons, all the expansion type weapons, you know, the spears and things. They don't have displays in the Legacy of the Dragonborn Museum, but immersive weapons that had a lot of similar things did. But that's obviously not installed because there's all these sort of finer balanced ones added independently instead. So I want to take the Legacy patch for immersive weapons and butcher it to create a patch for all of the different added weapons I've got in the game now instead. Because at the moment I'm using Jackson's positioner to add them all onto the walls manually each time I discover them. But yeah, I've also got the yeah, a lot of my patching comes back to the Dragonborn Museum actually, because I really want to I've got the Hall of the Forgotten to carry displays for a lot of mods I have that aren't otherwise patched, but I really don't like the way that mod runs. I don't like the layout, I don't like how everything's so big and expansive. I don't like the convoluted quest you have to go through with it. So I want to use that as more of a framework and code everything across to proper displays built into the museum natively. Because I have worked on legacy patches before. One of my active mods that's still out there now, in fact, is what I still think is one of the better overhauls of for the mannequin area. Which actually, I think it makes it look and feel much more like the rest of the museum, because it's no secret that Ice Cream Assassin does not care for the vanilla mannequins, and has always kind of had a little bit of backlash whenever people have pushed him on it, and he has been pushed on it, bless him, as well. In the past, people always gone griping at him, saying, you know, well, we want more mannequins to display armors on. He's like, dude, I've given you this whole chuffing museum. Be happy with what you've got, you know? But, yeah, so as it is, you know, he's done patches to add stuff to it and everything, but the whole area, it always feels very barren, you know, it's like an empty warehouse behind the shop kind of thing. So yeah, I did a nice overhaul to that. So I want to do the same with the rest as well. I've also got a lot of work to do with all my book covers again. So I've patched everything perfectly in my old installation of the game, but Novice has a lot of new stuff and a lot of the stuff that was in the old game, but has since been changed, like the Bard's one. So that one is now partially done. And we might even start with some of the smaller jobs for that one later. So Bloodstone is the one that isn't showing properly. I think it must have the right keyword, surely. Or not? Well, that would explain it then. Okay, that was a bit of a slack moment from Deserter X. He's normally much sharper than that with the details. Sure as hell doesn't miss details on his armors. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else should be needed, just the correct keyword so that it shows up properly as an ingot in the future. So we'll consider that one done. Next, we got something to move. I realise you guys can't actually see the list behind me, but I don't think there's much of value on there for you to be able to see anyway, apart from what we might do next or possibly skip over. Oh wait, let's actually remove the filter, that might help. Right, so we're moving you, so... Oh, I've done a very lazy entry here. I haven't even done a item reference. I've just written down the cell names. God, curse my own laziness with making notes sometimes. Okay, let's see. Isn't it more wise to change it in another patch rather than mod itself? Technically, yes. But I'm doing an integrated build of my own. So I tend to... Yeah, I don't have any plans to ever be like replacing or updating these mods, so I just correct them where they are as they go. I consider that to be finished then. Because I have previously, I mean, I still have a multi-patch that I use to carry shared edits for bits and pieces. But I've had it before and it's ended up so damn bloated. You know, it was like the size of a master file as a patch file, and yeah, I've already got literally thousands of ESL files as well, and most of them just don't need to be a file in their own right. They just like carry one small change, and they're just not worth having something else in the load order, even if it is just a light file. So yeah, old habits die hard, I guess, because I started modding before we had ESLs, so everything always had to be condensed. You were always fighting that upper limit of how many data files you could use, so squeeze and condense was always the way, so it's kind of what I've always done, you know. But yes, in terms of general practice though, and I have said this before, unless you know what you're doing and are comfortable with what you're doing, as I am with what I'm changing here, because sometimes I do carry changes through to other mods to like patch files, like my multi-patch. But if you... I have said before, if you're not in that same mindset, then yeah, separate files always. That is definitely the best practice. Okay, let's look for Glen Mulriel Cave first. Yeah, see, I'm also very stubborn with my mods. Like, a lot of the stuff we fix every episode is removing doubled up lanterns, because Nolvus comes with Lux, which is great. But the models it uses are very bland, and I don't like the placements a lot of the time. I've always been a fan of medieval lanterns because it does a lot more stuff. And it adds things and changes things and moves the lighting around a lot in some rooms as well. So I wanted the best of both worlds. So I decided to install them both, and slowly but surely as I adventure around the world, I find instances where lanterns are doubled up. Sometimes I remove one or the other depending which one I think looks better in that particular place. Sometimes I make a note of a reference or something, and that has pulled up a lot more than I wanted it to. Yeah, sometimes I just make like a cell reference, or reference one item from the mod with a note to remove the whole mod from that particular cell. And I'm basically whittling both mods down slowly but surely. Oh, I didn't have it ticked, that's why. So yes, there are some conscious efforts with it being a work in progress. There would technically be cleaner ways of doing a lot of what we're doing. But like I said, I'm stubborn. That's more like it. So from this we're removing Lux. There you are. Right, then it's the same for Drift Shade, okay? Yeah, I'm curious. Crotch, do you, how do you get on with synthesis? Because that's one that I tend not to do a lot of messing about with. Mainly because I always try automation tools, but then I always discover later on that they never quite do everything exactly as I want it to be, so I end up spending even more time having to fine-tune the results. About the only one that I normally do let run its course, I think, is Unlimited Bookshelves, which I still need to do here as well. Yeah, it's literally coming up on my list, actually. I keep avoiding it. Yes, what a thought. I think Synthesis, I have used it before and it was one of the better tools for a lot of it, but yeah, I ended up just having to alter so much of it. I mean, even when it did the things that, you know, it's supposed to do, it wasn't necessarily what I wanted it to achieve, so... As a prime example with my lanterns, you know, I like to mix things up, and have the best of both worlds and be a stubborn little fox. Right, that's the only ones we had noted there, and oh, and then there's... Right, I think actually we're into the list that we already looked at on the other slide now, I think. Yeah, so we've done the rest of that now, because all of that is on that page. That one is all finished. So yeah, so what we got? So we need to do more checking in game for some of these. So the mixed texture one, that's the wardrobe that's pulling a wrong texture from somewhere, but we need to go and have a look at what mods are supposedly interacting with it, because there's nothing. In fact, I don't even know if that will tell us even in game. Gonna be some might be some manual hunting around, either that or just go and find a new texture and replace everything that's there. Oh, so Lorem uses synthesis to patch Requiem, dynamic start scaling, vertex color, water-free MB, and all of it. You just have to update each patch accordingly whenever you make a change. Yeah. You go need an add to the creation kit, just altering Elysium. It's fine now, but... yes, always the but. And whoa! We've been sussy now. But all we did was say the word but. You can't take that out of context and make it all sussy, surely. I'm always sassy. Well, I, the Red Wolf, am, yes. I can't remember what I was supposed to do with the book title. So, oh, yes. Yes, I do. That's things like the journals and stuff. Well, we do have a few things to investigate in game. There's the dim hollow word wall that wouldn't trigger before. You need to put a different colour on those. Which may have just been an isolated thing at the time, because we can't see anything off with it, so we need to check that in game. The texture on those wardrobes, we also need to look further into. I'm not sure we'll see anything in game or not on that one. Goblins is an in-game check as well. So is the Elsewhere thing. Oh, you're being recruited to take out a wasp nest? Well, good luck in your quest. What do we know the entirety of me is sussy? Honestly, you know better. It's only the red wolf who's sassy.
希望を捨てるな。見える？大丈夫？
I think the other stuff to check in game. I knew I should have left that other file open. Damn it. What have we got? 1091, 1093.
女の子です。よろしくお願いいたします。忍者アップ。皆さんどうも。女の子です。よろしくお願いいたします。
No, where the hell is it? I know there was the... Wasn't there the nails thing as well?
さようならみんな。グッバイ。ということで、おやすみ。また明日。バイバイ。見てくれてありがとう。バイバイ。
Oh, that's right. I'd crossed it off down there, but that actually needs a check as well. I'm not sure if we did resolve the body slots or not for that one. Yeah, so we have got a few more things to further check in game by. The wardrobe one is an annoying one because there's no data files touching it, so it's just in like mesh and texture places getting mixed up. And that's going to be an absolute pain. And that's where it's actually always handy when we used to work entirely in the game data folder. Like none of this virtual drive nonsense or anything, and just no, everything in one place, all in the raw folder for the game. You screw it up and you break your game. Well, it's a lesson learned not to do it again. Yeah, kind of maybe wouldn't be the wardrobe on its own. I think we've got snazzy furniture. That could be one of the mods touching that particular model. But there's something else touching the same ones as well. You never learn your lesson. Yeah. Not even with a crack of the whip, right? But yeah, we got some things that we can check in game though, so I'm thinking we load up and have a check on a few things, see if we can close a little bit more out. Or at the very least, figure out a bit more to continue trying to resolve them. Let's save those and we'll shut Photoshop down, we'll get the game launching and we'll have a little fishing break while it does, because you guys know it takes forever. So yeah, little fishing break and we'll do some investigating of some of this stuff in game afterwards. So yep, see you in a minute all. That was quite the catch. Well, welcome back, guys. Hey, good job, Sla. Was I thank you for the follow, Crutchley? Thank you, thank you. Right, we're only pottering around. Can I grab a save that's in a more convenient place? Maybe... When did I last save in player home? There we go. We're not doing anything in game, so it doesn't matter progress or anything. Oh, that's right. Stop. There's that Serrana dialogue mod. The patch for that we need to remove, right? Don't let me forget when we leave game, guys. What was back when we were doing the mage stuff, look. So let's see if the nails. I'll keep them in here. Sure I had some. Oh well, we'll just add some more for testing. Okay, no, they are not showing still. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, so we do still need to work on the body slots for those then, apparently. Alright, now we had the wardrobe with its odd textures. Yeah, see, it's specifically the door on them, look. Oh, and hello, Excel. So, you know, so I feel like the door is from Snazzy. I feel like the main texture of the rest of it is from something else, maybe? But I'm not sure what. And that's the problem. But that is the mixed texture item that we were looking at in the editor. Because those doors do not match. Yes, no insights from the console though, because if there was, we'd have seen them in the editor. Yes, does it actually? Tech. Oh, no, get back here. Oh, is it conflict between Snazzy and Smim? So I can see Smim there, look, but... Oh, maybe we can learn something in-game. Hold on, maybe it's just something mixed up with Smim itself? Oh, well, that actually might give us some insight. Now where the hell is it in my list? Okay, so that's something to look at there. Right, let's have a look at that word wall, see if we can make that behave. And no, Excel. I mean, I tried it in as far as testing it after we made the mod, but I haven't actually added it and been using it in my game at all. And how are you getting on with it? Still enjoying it, I hope? Right, so we want dim hollow. Yeah, probably should have made a note of the cell reference while we were looking in the editor so that I could head straight there, but there you go. Okay, let's see. It's probably the second cell. Let's go. What do we got? DLC 1, Theme, Follow, Crypt, and 2. Yeah, we don't really... Not here to mess about. Where is the word wall? Well, we are arguably always here to honk. Wait, is the word wall not in this area? Drive-by honking. Wow. Can't really argue with that. I hope you're doing well today, Colin. Yeah, I should have just no-clicked through the whole map to get to it, but there's the word wall. There we go. So it has triggered. Yeah. So that does work. It just didn't want to behave when we came here during the playthrough for some reason, so that's fine. That was isolated. Nothing else to worry about there. We like this. I now just need to come back on the actual save and grab the word again. Right, so that's the texture, that's that one. The nails are no good still. So the last one I want to look at is... I want to see what's going on at the start point for, Project Goblins. Because I think something else is altering the area, which is blocking off the entrance to actually get in to start that mod. Well, hello there, Dustcrafter. Hello, hello. Oh, I'm glad you love your sword mod, Excel. Now, I was very happy to do it for you, and thank you for letting us do it as a little show and tell in the process here. In fact, you know what? Well, I might as well go back and do that again on the actual save and resave it. Yes, and I do hope, Excel, that you managed to get your game fixed after your mod installing problems. Ah, speaking of my own problems, game you ass. Right, well, I can remove that other Serrana patch while we're out anyway. Let's get rid of that one. Now let's have a look. Now we've got some more information to work with. Let me get my live notes back. I'm doing good, thank you, Dustcrafter. We're just working through some more modding show and tell. patching and fixing and altering and generally fiddling about with. Yeah, there's one. I want all of them though. Photoshop, please. There. And turn the music back for a bit as well, shall we? Was that optional ESP? Yeah, if you're using Mod Organizer. Also, hello randomizer, welcome in. Yeah, if you're using Mod Organizer for your game, and on the left-hand menu, when you have a mod installed that has multiple optional ESPs, if you right-click and go to Information, that will bring up the list of ESPs that are both available on the left and actually in your load order on the right. So you can actually add and remove patches with it, because if, you know, with stuff like this, it won't appear in the main left-hand list as its own thing. But yeah, that's obviously, you know, if you're using a virtual structure with Mod Organizer. If not, then yeah, because it can be used because remember with Mod Organizer, when it downloads and installs a mod, it downloads and installs the entire mod and keeps backups of everything. But I think it keeps everything segregated in its own file structure, then it keeps a backup of that, and then a backup of the backup, and yeah, that's half the reason it takes up so much bloody space, I think. But yeah, so it means that, I mean, I bet actually, if I were to look at something like Modpocalypse, oh, except no, everything is individual installed patches for that, so not a good example. Yeah, that doesn't have anything, but yeah, the information tab is great though, because it will give you a breakdown of individual files that are in conflict and what mod they're conflicting with as well. So it gives you the symbol in the list, but in here in the info tab, it will break it all down. So you can see exactly, look, each individual texture file here, what mod it's coming from, which mod is winning. Yeah, it is very handy. And you actually got the full file tree as well if you need to see the structure to break it down and find it even further. Like. Yes, it's oh, I don't think the main mod is called Smim, is it? Yeah, I wonder if it was to do with this patch for Noble Skyrim, could be, you know. I wonder, is that loose files? Oh, it is loose files, and let's have a closer look at some of those then. That might be one that seemed thing, but I don't know what the other one will be. What's this quality add-on? What is this touching? No, just models. Fine. You see, you've almost got everything straightened out. You just need to put them in order and deploy them. Well, fingers crossed for you, Excel. うん。 Things I'm not sure if this one is carrying the texture for the door or the rest of the unit through to the finished game. It has that darker look, which makes me think that this is the one impacting the door. But I'm also reluctant to pull those because they're going to be used for a lot of other things. Let's just see what else we've got in that category, because sometimes we can see things literally just by looking at the installed mods. See, what's the assorted mesh fixes? In fact, actually, what am I thinking? Yes, because we got the highlights of literally the stuff that I was just showing about what this one does, like. So maybe it comes down to some of these, look. What was the path again for that one that I noted down? For this very reason. Where's it gone? Oh, okay, maybe I didn't write down the whole path. Oops. Okay, so maybe not that one then. Wouldn't be Ruins Clutter. Ugh, I didn't want to start looking back at from SMIM because look at all those red lines. Look at how much is overwriting it. But this might give us insight. I don't know if the tiny text here is even legible to you guys or not, but basically I'm looking at these conflicting files from some of these likely mods on that wardrobe unit to see if I can see where one is being overwritten with that particular texture file right now. The trouble is there is a lot in this one. Now then. Wardrobe model being replaced by rallies. And Noble Skyrim is overwriting that one. Okay, so if we then check on the rallies textures, not that one, common furniture. Some of these definitely are the files in question. I think I need to have a look at the model itself and see which texture specifically is used on the doors. So if we go to go back to the archive extractor and just pull a loose copy from the base game. Over there, and then I need to actually find the base game again. Novus does hide it away. And yes, hello Lustrous. Yes, it is class time again with Professor Fox. Is it this one? Oh, if needs be, we can check in the editor again and verify which model path it is. Upper wardrobe one, that looks more like it. Let's just pull those into there. Are you sure it's this one? So the doors that are odd are using the furniture wood 01. And yeah, it's very good so far. It's always very chill when we're doing these sessions. Think of them almost more like a work along, you know? Oh, well, hold on, no, but they're using... So in vanilla, the door uses the same as the rest, but clearly one of our replacers is changing that fact. So let's go back to Then back to the very start with Smim, shall we? That does look more like our current wardrobe, to be fair. Right, there we go. So that's using that texture. No, that's table wood, single piece. So it's still using the same there. So there must be another replacer impacting it. Can we see it in here? That would be nice. The quality add-on, okay. That's still that material. So we... Oh, wait, no, look, that's where it's changing. See, now it's asking for different textures for the door. So there's our culprit. So the next question is, what is different about this mesh from the original one in Smim? Because that looks very much the same to me. Happy to report no stings. Well, I'm very glad to hear it. And congratulations on a successful mission then. Even if it was a bit of a fiasco. Well, besides some different texture handling, I don't really see much difference in how these are handling, so... You know what we're gonna do? Let's just realign the texture for the doors with the rest of it again. Oh no, in the process of getting rid of the wasp nest, you discovered there were 2 more? Oh my days. Waspception. Right, well hopefully that will finally take care of that annoying mismatched wardrobe that we have. Oh, I know, I need need to have a closer look at the nails as well. So let's get back into Xedit. We don't need that anymore. No, Windows, I said we don't need that anymore, thank you. Okay, so on our list now, yeah, that one's done. That one is good. I just need to actually go back there in the actual save and grab it. Oh yeah, we were going to go and look at goblins, but that's when the game decided otherwise. That is done. There we go, proper scribble. Yes, it would be very nice if I was actually able to find something clearly misaligned on the body slots for these things, but we've already been through them twice. I am rapidly losing confidence, but I know I've done it before. Let's verify here. So we got 60, 60. Wonder if I have to ditch a keyword. There was an odd one that showed up as a ring, although it still didn't actually equip. I feel like the keyword shouldn't prevent it from equipping. And annoyingly, I didn't take a note of which one it is either. Let's just do, guessing maybe this was the one that showed up as a ring. I don't know, a few of these are different. Look, gauntlets, clothing, hands.
Let's begin. Are you excited?
Clothing ring, clothing necklace at the same time. Oh my days. What a mess. No wonder the game doesn't know what it's doing with any of them. But still, body slots are at 60, yes. And the armor add-on is at 60, which is correct. Let's check your model. Yes, you're down as 60 there. And there as well. So as suspected, everything is appearing to be as it should be. Apart from messy keywords, but we can straighten that out regardless. I honestly cannot recall what else I had to do in order to straighten these out now. I kind of feel like that comes down to, it's something in the mesh files, I'm almost certain. Maybe because NIF files are a convoluted mess anyway. Wait, do we have... Here, we've got... Oh, wait, way. No, I thought for a second there was a second entry for the partition number. No? Oh, it's too long since I've worked with NIFs in any detail. I always feel like I'm stumbling around in the dark with these. Asterisk texturing. Suppose what we could try. If we pull a random ring and look at that as a baseline, since a ring works essentially exactly how we want these to work, just with a different numbered body slot. So if we try and mirror, however, the model file for some random ring is, I feel like that could be a way forwards, maybe? Assuming we see differences, of course. If things are identical, then not so much a way forwards. Yeah, if only the work I did on this wasn't on my old RIM game that got wiped. I'd actually still have the old files. I've been through this process before with this mod, and I remember it being a pain in the booty then as well. Okay, so they are set up very differently then. No surprise. See, I'm curious, what would happen? No, I want you. And where have you gone? Yes, I thought that might be the case. Didn't like that, did you? Yeah, so these do, because these are meant to replace the entire hand, but we don't want them doing that because, well, for one, we have better hands than this gives now on the raw model for the character, but also because it replaces hands, it basically treats them like a pair of gloves. And it means that all the times where we have just like braces that are using the glove slot or fingerless gloves, you know, when we should be able to use and see the nails, we can't because they have conflicting body slots. So the idea was to remove these from that conflict and make them like a generic accessory body slot. But so far, all we've managed to do is make them turn completely invisible. Could it literally just be a case of removing the hand element? Oh, it sounds kind of crazy, but I don't know, maybe. Let's see, which one are we playing with here? The French Zero. Right, let's just take a backup copy of those. And then we save that one, and we'll do the same again on the number one. And yes, and I would love to be doing a thorough tutorial style. Here's what you do, here's how you do it. But I have to puzzle my way through this particular dilemma. Make sure, yes, that is the correct one. Okay, so they are ready for another round of testing. When we are no, I want that one. Can I manage to write legibly enough here? Right, that'll do. Okay, so we're all back to just a few more things to try and sweep up in game with that list as it is right now. But what else do we have? I really wish I could resolve this one. These stash spells not working. Because that's a script from my own damn mod, which has always worked perfectly, but for some reason since I installed it on Novus, these components, this is that menu, you always see me casting a spell, and it opens up a menu to access my storage at home. Well, a bunch of these segments on that menu don't work, ever since installing it here, and for the life of me, I've been over it and over it and over it, but I cannot find why these particular ones just don't seem to work anymore. See, it's almost as if the form IDs are being changed and they don't align with the script anymore, but that's not the case because the mod hasn't been eslified or anything.
I did prepare a song. I don't know it very well though, so I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, somewhere in here. So you're literally getting to see under the hood of my mod now. See how much is there? A lot more than we've done show and tell with on stream, that's for sure. And hello, Mono. I can't remember. I thought I could have sworn it was called Stash. Maybe that was the editor ID? No?
Do you love me? Let's hug.うちお前は狐の子だぞ。狐の子らしいですよ、皆様。ばあちゃんキスね。We'll stick together, right?
Wait, was it not even part of the base mod? Oh, was it? Maybe it was in a... Huh? There it is. Yeah, of course, but yeah, because it's only there when the mod is patched to go with Legacy, because it basically integrates with the Legacy stash spell then. I know it's working at its root. It's literally just certain... certain elements which are not behaving.
We'll stick together, right?
I'll play some different tunes. Here we go.
So from there, does that.
I believe the audio is a little low. How are you guys doing though? 頑張るから見ててね。
personally, I am. My big suspicion right now is that it's down to this being converted. I'm assuming this is a light file. Is it? Yeah. But it's a combined file, which means. But if it's changed references, there must be something in here that it has reference to. Do we have the placed items here? Or were they in the base mod? I thought they were in the base mod. And this was just there to activate them. Possibly. So no, that's fine because that is referenced anyway and it works.
That's my secret ingredient. 頑張るから見ててね。
Yeah, no, so that doesn't quite add up either. And hello, Kato. Yes, good morning indeed. Yes, it is almost 1 a.m. now. Yeah, of course, all of the accessed containers are there in the bay. So yeah, this just adds an overarching activator to remotely link into them. So they can't be altered, form IDs. So I guess that kind of throws that theory out of the water then. Yeah, the problem is I can't investigate any further into the properties of this script without loading it up in the creation kit to actually see the decrypted script itself and with its proper values.
So, let's begin.
The ones that don't work. So armor works, but it's the sub-menus for light and heavy wherever they... Wait, where are they? Also weapons, wardrobe and kitchen. They must all be sub-composed because all of these, there's not separate menus listed for any of those they're missing, but there's all these others which, they just appear as an item, as button text, which we do have. We modding, or, well, not really modding, just fiddling about with some of our Skyrim mods, trying a bit of spit and polish, Yeah, I think that one is gonna need me to... I need to have a look at the scripts properly and see what values they're putting against things. That's the only way. And we'll be able to narrow that one down now. Yeah, so that's our little chunk in the middle here. That's what that's all about. That one. The Anio object is a slightly annoying one, because something changed. I need to do some research on the, there's a mod that, like, dynamically changes animated objects, but the Masmos mod was built on an older version of it, and on the newer one, it doesn't work anymore, so I need to do research for that one and find out what's changed and how. Yeah, I think we've kind of gone as far as we can really go with stuff for today, to be honest. We are a good chunk of time in, to be fair, so, as Kato pointed out, yes, some duct tape. Yes, that's what we need, thank you. Yeah, I think that's kind of as far as we can reasonably go for today, because everything left is kind of bigger jobs. And obviously there is more in-game testing to do, but I can do that offline. So, yeah.
Hey man,
Yes, I hope we've had fun.
there you
Oh,
are, son.
chilling and relaxing together today. Maybe learnt a few things along the way.
Staying for the whole time tonight.
And yes, it might be
Prepare a song.
a bit shorter than normal again for a stream on its own, but keep in mind we're playing for a few hours on Mario Kart with Saru and Co earlier as well. I actually started earlier than usual for that one. Like a good hour, 2 hours, something like that. So yeah, it's actually been an extra long stream day for me already, just not all on this stream. It was a glorious 5 minutes for you, Kato. Well, I'm very glad. But yeah, so yeah, a good long day all in all for me at least. And well, if any of you didn't get to see us playing Mario Kart earlier, well, do go and check out Saru's VOD as well. There were plenty of giggles. But yes, we will wrap it up there. So we'll go and find some friendos to show some love to as always. And do enjoy the rest of your day, whatever you end up doing, guys. And I will hopefully see some of you for our watch party tomorrow. I think we're ready to pick up on the Izakai Quartet we've been working to for so long. I'm not allowed to use Yoshi, that's your character, is it? I used Yoshi in your honor earlier because no one else was. But no, Rosalina's mine though. I like Rosie. But yeah, so yeah, Izakai Quartet tomorrow in Discord. Hope to see some of you there. Otherwise, we'll be back on Monday, probably with our factory again. Yes, a wow indeed, and hello, sweet bear. Oh, I hope I'm just dropped in right as we're saying goodbye for the night. You did very well in Mario Kart earlier. But yeah, so watch parties wise, this is the one that we've been building towards for weeks and weeks and weeks now, with watching all of the LinkedIn shows for it, so very much looking forward to that one. But yeah, so if I don't see you then, hopefully I will see you next time. It's fun and lovely to meet you as well. Yeah, we've been in streams a few times. I think it's the first time we've actually been on a call together though, wasn't it? Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. So I'll have to do more again sometime. But But yes, we're heading off there though, so we'll find someone to go show some love to. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, whatever you end up doing. And I will see you all soon. But yes, good night, guys. Good night. Good night.